morning, friends. We have released Q2 earnings review from the FMCG sector. The revenue growth tapered off during the quarter for most of the FMCG companies. We have seen that growth moderating to 10% from around 14 to 15% kind of range in some of the earlier quarters. Now, this can be attributed to lowering of sales volume coupled with flat or almost no price increases during the quarter. So because of that, the growth for the entire FMCG universe, Sharekhan's FMCG universe stood at around 10%. We have seen during the quarter there was obvious pressure on the discretionary spends. However, some of the high competitive categories also seen moderation in the volume growth during the quarters, and this has really impacted the overall sales performance of the most of FMCG companies under our coverage during the quarter. However, on positive side, the benign key input prices aided FMCG companies to maintain higher gross margins on YOY basis. We have seen gross margins of most of the companies under our coverage remaining high by around 200 to 300 pips during the quarter, and this was kind of a positive in terms of margins. But whatever savings at the gross margin level were done, they were utilized behind the higher advertisement and promotional spends. So at the operating level, margins remained almost flat, or they declined by around 100 and 200 bips for the companies under our coverage. However, the growth at the bottom line level was in line with what the revenue growth was for most of the FMCG companies. Sharekhan FMCG universe, it was kind of a mixed bag performance, where we have seen that some of the large caps like ITC, HUL posting around 10% growth, despite the fact that their core businesses have seen substantial, muted sales during the quarter. But compared to what the street was expecting, ITC's performance was below our expectation, while HUL, though volume growth was somewhat in the range of 4 to 5% in the consumer business, but margin, operating margins stood high on YOY basis. On the other hand, Bajaj Corp performance was dismal because of the moderation in the sales volume growth of the light hair oil category. The key highlight for the quarter was the performance of GCPL, both remaining strong in terms of revenues and bottom line, about 20% growth. For Marico, bottom line growth was excellent, though top line growth was just in single digits. Jyoti Laboratories performance was better than expectation, and as anticipated, there was improvement at the operating margins level. So this was kind of a mixed bag performance for Sharekhan FMCG universe. Going ahead, we believe that the better monsoon coupled with higher agri production, both Kharif and Rabi, along with higher MSPs would boost up the rural demand, as we expect that rural sentiments would continue to remain high. On the other hand, the urban demand is expected to remain muted because of the higher inflationary pressure and sustained macro uncertainties, which have really put a toll on the urban consumer sentiments. But we believe that maybe in another 3 to 4 quarters, we might see some kind of revival in the urban demand as well. In terms of raw material prices, we believe that though prices are kind of stable on YOY basis, the rupee depreciation impact would start coming in from Q3. So at gross margins level, we will see a sequential drop in the gross margins of the most of the FMCG companies in Q3. However, we believe that raw material price momentum has to be keenly monitored in the coming quarters. On the positive side, we will continue to see a lot of promotional activities in the market, as FMCG companies in their commentary have indicated that now they will focus on improving their volume growth. So we should see a lot of promotional activities, media spends behind brands in the coming quarters, as well as we should also see a lot of new product addition in the market to continue, because that is one of the important growth pillar for the FMCG companies going ahead, and we should see more and more products getting launched in the domestic as well as international market. In terms of valuation, and we believe that considering the macro uncertainties and the volume uncertainties as well as the premium valuation, one should remain selective in the FMCG sector, and accordingly we have maintained our we have maintained ITC as our top pick in the large cap FMCG space, purely on the basis of the upside from the current level and its strong earning visibility over the long run. Also, it has one of the strong cash generation ability in the FMCG space. In the small to mid cap space, we continue to like Marico, Bajaj Corp, Jyoti Laboratories, and Tata Global Beverages, on basis of its long-term growth visibility and good prospects, considering whatever their growth drivers are. Thank you.